Hello YouTube. In this video we're going to talk about emulators, ROMs, and game disk images. What is an emulator? An emulator is a program that simulates the hardware and or operating system of a device or system designed for a different purpose. There are thousands upon thousands of emulators out there. Some are port emulators that act like various connecting ports for legacy devices to run on a USB port. Some are device emulators, which can emulate a cell phone, router, switch, older type of computer, and even a game console. Some emulators are designed to function or act like a piece of hardware that doesn't actually exist in your computer system at all. In all instances, an emulator is designed as software in a computer that acts as something that isn't to make something else work that normally wouldn't. Emulators are not illegal at all. What you do with them might be. For this particular presentation, we're focusing more on the game console emulators that can emulate Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega 32X, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, Game Gear, PlayStation, PS2, PS3, PSP, PS Vita, Xbox, Xbox 360, the Sony Jaguar, and arcade games. So what are ROMs? A ROM is an image of an actual game file that exists on the hardware cartridge of a game cartridge for a game console. There are millions of ROMs out there for video games that existed or game cartridges. These ROMs can also be games for any country. It is easy to go online and find download sites or BitTorrents that are loaded down with tens of thousands of ROMs for various consoles, and some of them may even include their respective emulators to be able to play those games. ROMs are illegal unless you actually own a physical copy of the game. There are even some devices out there that will allow you to write a ROM to a special flash cartridge that you can play in the original console. Most of them use the emulator. What are disk images? A disk image, commonly called an ISO, is a complex image of the physical files and layout and format of the original disk the files were on. There are many different formats of images for laser discs out there. The main standard is ISO, hence the reason most disk images are called ISOs. With these, you can use a DVD-ROM emulator to install a virtual drive on your computer that you can load the software versions of the disk to be able to load it up and play in an emulator. Many emulators are able to mount the image file and read it without the needs of a special virtual drive. Unfortunately, an ISO of copyright material is illegal unless you own a physical copy of that image. Games, movies, TV shows, and various computer programs are pirated all the time by people who download the Laserdisc images online. Should I or should I not download? Granted, yes, those older games are a lot of fun, just like many of the newer games. A lot of those games are very nostalgic for many of us as well. Those older games were what we played as kids. Honestly, you are a person, an individual whom is going to do what you want, but it is highly advised against the download use of emulators, ROMs, or disk images for any reason other than having an actual backup of the device or disk that you have. These downloads are also something I would watch kids online closely to make sure that they are not downloading said illegal content, either to keep yourself out of a lot of trouble, as copyright infringement is a federal crime and a felony. So always think before you leap, because sometimes there won't be a good place to land. This information is out there for absolutely everyone, and as always, watch, like, and share. Have a great day.